Hey guys, I'm cutting right to the chase here. I'm going to be showing you guys how I made the Chenterrex monsters with a tutorial showing how I made this guy and this thing. By the way, their names are Lavenda and Brootzey. The letter at the beginning of their names goes with the color. You know what I mean, lavender and brown. You understand, let's get into it. The materials you're going to need are going to be pipe cleaners, pom-poms, googly eyes, and a hot glue gun. First, you're obviously going to need two different shades of pipe cleaners that are similar to one another. And then you are going to proceed to twist those pipe cleaners together to make something that looks similar to a candy cane. And you're going to twist it until there's a little V shape at the end that you can use to grab onto other things. Also, Drode's to the left because he's just chilling there. Don't mind him. He got an upgrade as well, so you'll see that in the vortex. Anyways, once you have the first little twisty pipe cleaner done, you're going to repeat this several times. A lot of this is going to be sped up to keep the pace going. And once you have at least 4 done, we're making Brootzey first, if I didn't mention that already, I don't believe I did, then you're going to place them so that it looks like a snowflake, kind of, so that there's 8 total legs that are in a little spiral. Then you're going to take another pipe cleaner, I'm using the tan one, and you're going to grab and pinch them together and use the pipe cleaner to wrap around and in between the crevices of each pipe cleaner so that it all stays in one piece. Just as I'm showing here. Once that's done, you're going to proceed to kind of flatten it out a little bit so it's like even, and make sure all the legs are kind of even to each other, as I'm doing right there. And once that's good, you're then going to bend the legs so that they're kind of in a standing up formation. And you're going to spread the little ends of the pipe cleaners that weren't twisted and make them kind of like toes that stick outwards. Now we're going to be making the actual head of Brootzey, or Brootzey, whatever you want to call him, I don't care. You're going to need pure brown for his head. And remember, all of the kind of guidelines I'm using for these monsters apply to the other ones as well, but I just did 2 different ones so you guys can actually like see how I would make the other ones, because the only 2 monsters that I actually recorded me making them is Brootzey and Lavenda. I will make more tutorials if you guys want me to, so make sure you, obviously, like the video and subscribe and comment, "Oh my god, CG10, you need to make more tutorials of the other monsters you make," and I will do that. And you are going to need 5 stalks for the head, because each one is going to have an eyeball in the end. And the middle one, you're going to have kind of have like a curved little point there that's going to like gripple onto the pom-pom when it's placed on it. Then you're going to angle the ends of the pipe cleaners after you twist them together to kind of look like a giant fork. You're then going to bend that middle antenna forwards a little bit so it kind of points forward. And that's what it's going to look like when it's attached on there. Then you're going to grab some more tan pipe cleaners. And you're going to stretch them out if they're like folded up or bent. because you want them to be nice and straight when you use them. And as I positioned right there, I'm pretty sure that I'm making the mouth next. I am recording an audio voiceover as I'm watching this, because it was not quiet at all while I was recording this, so I'm just doing a voiceover so you guys can actually hear what I'm doing. And you kind of twist 2 pipe cleaners around at the back of the neck, and curl those ends around to the front, twist it again, and then kind of hide the pipe cleaners off to the side. Now that we have 2 noodle-like appendages coming off of the neck, you're going to twist it around the neck just a bit so it's a little more snug and stuck to it. So it's kind of like that. Then you're going to begin twisting the 2 pipe cleaners together. So it's kind of like a nozzle, if that makes any sense. It's kind of like the mouth of a pea shooter. It kind of goes outwards. I want this one to be a little more unique, because I want his mouth to be like on an appendage, if that makes sense. It's like an anteater's mouth. Then you're going to grab another brown pipe cleaner and begin twisting it around the elongated mouthpiece you just made. And you're going to stretch it into like a circle once it's stuck on there. So it's kind of like a movable appendage mouth. I know this may sound whack to you guys, but I usually never have any idea what I'm talking about unless I'm like sure of it. So just bear with me here. Hope you guys are enjoying the classical music in the background as well. I just picked it because why not? Anyways, you're going to take another tan pipe cleaner and twist it around the mouthpiece you just made until it goes around the entire thing at least once, and then you wrap it around the end a little bit so it's not really in the way and it looks kind of like it's just there. Then you're going to grab a white pipe cleaner to make the teeth, and you're going to bend the teeth in a spiky formation so it kind of loops around itself, and then it's a little bit stretchy still, and that's the point. Then you're going to put it up to it and see if it works, because then you're going to wrap the end of it around the beginning of the mouthpiece and then move the teeth around the mouth until it meets the original spot where you tied it. And then you're going to do the exact same thing with that. And we will be using hot glue to keep the teeth in place, because the teeth will tend to kind of not stay in place and displace themselves, as you can kind of see as I'm moving this thing around here. Alright, now we're going to be making the neck, I believe. So you're going to tie the pipe cleaners around the base, underneath and over, so they stay intact, stretch them out a bit, fix up the body just slightly so it kind of stands on its own. Then you're going to grab the head you just made and align it up with the base of the body and begin to stretch the pipe cleaners so that they're able to be wrapped around the head to become its neck. So once it's wrapped around the base a few times, then you can continue moving the pipe cleaners so that they twist around the neck. I'm going to speed it up again right here so that I kind of move along here, because I take a minute trying to align it, and then you twist it around the base a few times as well, and then once it's secured in place there, you have a neck. And I'm just fixing up the legs a little bit so they look more like it has knees, almost, so it has like joints. Then you're going to be making the tail appendage next with another group of a twisty piece. And you're going to twist 3 tan pipe cleaners together and arrange them like fingers. And then you're going to grab that piece and begin to twist it onto the other twisty pipe cleaner that it's going to be attached to. Kind of reposition the fingers a little bit. So it looks kind of like the prototype's hand a little bit, except it has 2 less fingers, since it only has 3. And then you're going to have like a little loop there where the remaining pipe cleaners will go, and then you'll kind of fix the fingers a bit. And if you guys haven't seen my posts, I have decided that I'm going to be reshooting the Vortex, refilming it, because I was not happy with how it turned out, and I want to kind of change it a little bit. So it's way shorter because it was over an hour long of footage. And I hate having to edit through that. It takes forever. And then it never exports to YouTube. So, yeah. And then you attach the claw to the body by doing the same little twist method if you've worked with pipe cleaners before. You better have. And that's the base done. So now we're going to be attaching the eyes, which means you will need the hot glue gun, the pom-poms, and the googly eyes next. I kind of do it a little bit off camera here, but that's because I didn't realize it wasn't under the camera. But if you know how to use a hot glue gun, then you'll know exactly what to do. You'll hot glue the back of the googly eye and then stick it onto the pom-pom. And then you'll hot glue the back of it, and you'll stick it onto the ends of the pipe cleaner appendages. That will hold it up. And you squeeze the end of the pom-pom so it kind of fuses itself on there and doesn't fall off as easily if it's shaking around a ton. And it stays on there, so all we gotta do now is speed through the rest. This is definitely one of the more interesting designs I have for the Chenterrex. And once the Vortex comes out, you guys will see the other interesting designs I have for the other colors. Like, to the right of the screen, you can see that there's green blended together and kind of blue and purple for indigo blended together. And all of the Chenterrex have been made using the pipe cleaners that I've had at the moment. So you'll see them in the Vortex. But Brootzey is now done. And he does have that little back pipe cleaner stuck to the back of his head going down to like where his tailbone would be. That's a trending trait that all the Chenterrex have, so you can hold them from the back, kind of like a puppet almost. And that's a size comparison to Drode. He's actually quite big. See? They agree with me. It's so cool. And that's it. Now we're going to be moving on to Lavenda, which means you're going to need lavender pipe cleaners, and there's just magenta at the top for reasons. Then you're going to start the twisting method as used in Brootzey. And remember, everything that is being shown, all these actions and rules and stuff, they apply to all of the other monsters. And I will only be making tutorials of the newer monsters because I don't even know how I would remake the original monsters as newer ones, because I kind of forget how I made them. Like, Borzol was so perfect. He was just, I don't know if I can recreate him as perfect again. But anyway, you're going to start binding the pipe cleaners so it's like 2 circles fused together. And you're gonna kind of bind it. So it's kind of like a skeletal mesh for the head. And then you're going to grab some of the other pipe cleaners and wrap it around the sides of the head now so it looks more skeletal. It's kind of like a basketball in a way. Now we're going to be making the kind of hair that Lavenda has, kind of like a little ponytail. My friend said that she looked like Poppy from Trolls, and now that I look at the two characters, I see the resemblance, but that was not planned at all, just for the record. So that was kind of a coincidence, a coincidental thing, so yeah. Then you're going to use another lavender pipe cleaner to attach the hair to the back of the head. So it kind of looks like a bomb with a multiple fused end. And then you're going to be making some more twisty ones, some more twisted pipe cleaners. And they are two different colors of lavender. It's very hard to tell because of the lighting, but one of them is like lighter and the other one has like a more blue tint to it. You can kind of see it. Now that they're twisted together, you can kind of see the little lines that are twisted through them. Then you're going to wrap the pipe cleaner around where the neck would be and kind of twist it off a little bit and wrap it around again. And then you're going to crisscross the twisty pipe cleaner down a little bit and then wrap a pipe cleaner through the little hole that's there and go through the head and then back through the hole and then over and through the little open segments on the head, so it's kind of like the arms are connected to where a neck would be, and then wrap them upwards and twist them around the top headpiece. Like, it's very hard to explain what I'm looking at right now from me remembering how I made these. But you guys can see it, so you'll kind of interpret what I'm trying to say. But then you'll continue to twist the pipe cleaners around the ponytail, like the beginning segment for it. So then you have kind of a almost knight look. Looks kind of like a knight. That's what I was originally thinking for Lavenda eventually, but then I'm like, you know what? I'm going to make it kind of like a more feminized character. Like, Lavenda was supposed to be like a male knight. But I guess she still kind of looks like it in a way, but yeah. And I'm kind of twisting the pipe cleaners around where the lips of the mouth would be. Kind of move around the center and point that piece up a little bit so it holds it in place a little better. Kind of bind it a little. Then I'm going to be attaching another pipe cleaner to the body segment so we can build more on the body and wrap it around the base a few times so it looks kind of like that. Then I'm going to use another pipe cleaner and wrap it around the head there. And continue twisting it. And once you're done, you should have 2 pipe cleaner ends sticking out of each side, so it looks like she has 4 arms. Then you're going to twist it to the main section, so it kind of looks like a heart armor pattern on, like, the middle. It doesn't really look like a heart, but it's kind of like a armor plate, like a unique design to it on the chest. Then you're going to attach the twisty pipe cleaners that you made around the start to the back of the body, and then twist it to the front, and then kind of clip it off by sticking it to the rest of the body. And then you would repeat the same thing with a second one. So that they stretch down a decent amount. Then you're going to make a loop and stretch the pipe cleaner arm through the loop twice. So it's kind of like a elbow plate, if you will. Like another unique factor for this Chenterrex. And you're going to claw the hands at the ends of the arms to look like clawed hands. And once that's done, you're going to grab the other two pipe cleaners and kind of twist them in an interesting way. And twist them downwards so they have kind of a four-toed foot. There's kind of like two spikes above the base of the foot where the other two larger toes are at the bottom of the foot. And you're going to repeat that on both sides. And then there should still be pipe cleaners hanging down from the top so that you can twist the pipe cleaners around the legs to attach them to the body. And then next, you're going to attach two more lavender pipe cleaners to the back of her head. Kind of twist it through the mouth, inside the head, and then you're going to stretch, or you're going to twist the pipe cleaners, and then you're going to kind of adjust it a bit and move the point back. So it's a more circular head. Then you're going to grab those end pieces of the pipe cleaners and stretch them around the hips, the hip area. So they kind of twist around there and give it a little more support. So she ends up looking like this so far. Then you're going to grab one of those other colors. It doesn't matter what color you use for like the band that's around the ponytail, but I just use like a orangish red for like the band that surrounds the ponytail. If you guys are making this, you can use whatever color you want. I do not care. I can't stop you. Then you're going to use white for the teeth, as used for a lot of the other Chenterrex monsters, but not all of them. You're going to attach it to the lip. And then bend down the teeth as you move further down the mouth, stretching around the pipe cleaner and twisting it off each time you finish a tooth, and then twisting it off at the end. And once the teeth are good, you will grab your last lavender pipe cleaner, twist it to the neck of the head, and then twist it down to the legs, and wrap it around the legs so that it has the little back piece. And the last part is the hot glue stuff. So you're going to grab the hot glue gun, kind of attach the teeth to the lips there, kind of press it on. Press it on, make sure it sticks so it isn't loose. And then for the eyes, they're going to be in clusters of 3 on each side of the head, so there's 6 in total. You're going to attach the pom-pom there, and then you're going to proceed to attach the pom-poms together like so, and attach the googly eyes. And you're going to mirror that to the opposite side and do the exact same thing. And once that's all good, Lavenda is done. Anyway, that's that. I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial on how I made these 2 guys and just the Chenterrex as a whole. And I will see you guys in the vortex whenever I finish that. I don't know. Anyways, goodbye.